Hello, welcome to the first actual devlog of the game, but this is the second video in the series because the first one I just explained everything, but this one I'm actually doing stuff. It's confusing, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm trying to get straight into it and not yap my mouth off like I did in the first one. So I still don't really know how I want to do these devlogs, and the way I'm going to be doing this one is I'm just going to explain what I did. So to start, all I did was just clean up the folders at the start, just get rid of everything that wasn't needed and just took up space and was just completely unnecessary to even have in the first place. So then after that, I immediately got to work on like the most basic survival features like your health, hunger, your thirst. And at the same time as I did those features, I also made a HUD for those things to display them on screen. And that was super simple, so I'm just going to breeze right through this and not waste any time on it. So after I did all that, I made an inventory system where I have a component where I can have the inventory stuff take place in. And in there, I have an update inventory function that just updates your inventory as you pick up an item and just anything inventory related. And inside that, I have a map variable where the first type is an item struct and the second type is an integer. And in that item struct, I have a name for the item, an integer for the max stack size, and 2 booleans for if an item is consumable or not. And none of that is being used because I have no clue how to use it. I just have it there to sort of future-proof for when I do figure out how to properly use it. It's there. It's already implemented. But anyway, there's a data table for that item struct where I have a list of the current items that I have at the game. And this is sort of future-proofed, but there is an issue with it where I cannot for the life of me figure out how to pull a specific item from this table, which is an issue I'll get into later because it causes a crafting problem where I just cannot get it to work. But anyway, I also have an interface for this as well, so I can add a specific item to your inventory because I also cannot figure out how to automatically do that. So I just do it manually for now and I'll figure it out later. I tried my absolute best to future-proof this, but for reasons I'll get into later in the video, I don't think I can do this for right now. And I'll probably have to go a manual route in order to get certain things to work. But I have a widget for the inventory that opens and closes when you press tab and the items properly display inside, which is nice. And for those items, all you gotta do is just walk over them and you'll pick them up, which I later undo this and do a line trace when I set that up later in the video. And also, this inventory thing, I have it set up where if you open the inventory, I don't want you to move around because no one wants that. You have a menu up, you don't want to be moving around. And in order to do that, there's nodes that you have to set up where you set your input mode to UI only. So keyboard inputs is just completely ignored. But when I was doing that, I messed something up and couldn't figure out how to fix it. So I dragged the set input mode down along the event graph and I completely forgot about it and kept giving me a compiling issue because it kept yelling at me that it didn't have a controller plugged in. And it took me an hour and a half to find that. And all I had to do was scroll down a little bit. I cannot believe oh my God. Here is a live reaction of me figuring that out. And this was like midnight, so I was so upset about it. After all that shenanigans, I made a stamina bar, just simple. And while I did that, I also decided to put the hunger and thirst functions into a function in the player character, so then I can use that node to have a loop without it being too costly. Then I decided to do a main menu. Again, super simple stuff, won't get into it. After that, I went through various different blueprints and commented on everything that needed it so I can easily find stuff later down the line where if I need to change something or if an issue comes up, I can just immediately find it and it just makes my life a whole lot easier later down the line. I then decided to do a tree system where if you click on a tree you can knock it down, which was pretty simple. I put in a line trace for when you click, it detects that you clicked, and then at that time I used a cast, which you don't want to use casts, they cost a lot, and so I fixed that later, but for now I did it that way. And So there you go. Just gotta click a tree 3 times and voila. I do also want in the future to have it where the tree actually physically falls over instead of just poofing out of existence and having a log item pop out of it. But all I wanted to do for this video was to just get the absolute most basic thing put together, just so I have something here. I can deal with all of that later. Probably you'll just do that in the next video because it's not really that hard to do. All I gotta do is just play an animation and just spawn the thing in. Then I decided to go into Blender and decided to model some of the items. And to start things off, I just made the stick model, and after I did that, I got really distracted and made a stupid ass mini game that wasn't even a game. It's just you just run around, pick up sticks. That was it. I got bored, dude. Okay, I got really bored. All right, don't. But then I decided to go through and model the rest of the items, and there they are in their low poly, terrible looking glory. I then decided that it was time to make a landscape to display everything, and it looks like a Gmod map with the grass texture I used. It looks terrible right now, but I promise it's gonna get better. I promise. I then threw a PCG generator together that just spawns in the trees, the sticks, and the rocks into the world. And by the way, it felt eerie as hell to walk around in that, and I hated it. I also did whatever the hell this is, so yeah. I then tried to do a crafting system, which here's where the issue lies. I could not get this to work. No matter what I did, I could not figure it out. I need to be able to access the player's inventory specifically and just look into that inventory and see if I have a specific item or not. But nothing I did worked. I could not figure this out, and I really don't know how to do it. And the only way I do know how to do it is to manually input the items into that map variable, which I talked about earlier. And that's just a long process and isn't future-proofed in the slightest whatsoever. So I really have no idea how to properly do this with the setup I have, and I really want it to work this way so then I can future-proof it. So it's not too much of a task to add another item or a crafting recipe. I just don't know how to do it. Please help me if you know anything about this. It would be really appreciated. Then after that failure of an attempt, I decided to throw together an AI for an in-game character, which I'm gonna be calling the companion for right now, and he's gonna be a cute little fella later. I have an idea in my head for what he's gonna look like and who he's gonna be and how he's gonna like act, and it's like gonna be all cute and stuff. But it's basically Kelvin from the forest, but it's gonna be a cute ass animal that basically bugs the shit out of you. Like, it doesn't get off your ass, but it's gonna be super cute, so you can't get mad at it. So it's also invincible. You can't damage it either. And yeah, but it's gonna, like, I have a few plans for this little dude. Like, he's not just to be a nuisance to you. Like, he's not gonna be useless. He's gonna have like proper, like, a reason to be there. He's gonna have a reason, like just going around picking up items for you, doing whatever. But yeah, for now, he just follows you around. And he's also just a little cube for now, because I couldn't be bothered to model a whole ass character right now. I then decided to do the same thing with the friendly AI and an enemy AI. And so that's kind of it. I didn't really do much else. I think for the next devlog, there were some things that I said in this one that I wanted to do, and I'll do those things. Yeah, I can't say that the second devlog will be soon. I want to try to before the end of January. I don't know though, because I edit really slow. Like, I finished recording everything in like a couple days. I started on December 26th, and I finished pretty much everything I explained in this video by January 5th. And so yeah, that just shows how long it takes me to edit things, because it's just so damn boring. Oh my god, I forgot how boring it is to edit stuff. So I just can't say for sure when this next devlog will be. I know I'll finish the coding side of everything pretty quickly. Like, I'll have enough content for another devlog pretty soon. I just won't have the video edited for a while. That's it. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. Thanks. Bye.